Hey everybody, this is Leah Dunn coming to you from Boise, Idaho, and I'm really excited to do our Zoom call all about how to use the app and how to meal plan. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Leah Dunn. I am the founder of Team Possible, and I, along with the other coaches in this group, are so excited to have you guys. I am in Boise, Idaho, and I got started with Beachbody just about a year ago in August with my coach Melinda, who is one of the coaches here. And I started with 21 Day Fix, and I love 21 Day Fix. I love the eating plan. I feel like for me, after figuring out the 21 Day Fix eating plan, how to eat healthy was suddenly demystified for me. And that's the eating plan that I continue to follow to this day. I have also done Insanity and a couple rounds of 21 Day Fix Extreme. And in another week or two, I'm going to try Insanity Max 30 for the rest of the summer. So that's a little bit about myself. I have 3 children: Joel, who is 7 and just finished 2nd grade; Caleb, who is 5 and just finished preschool, will be going into kindergarten next year; and then our baby girl caboose, Rachel, who will be 2 at the very end of the summer. I also work part-time as an accountant. And so as you can see, I am super busy, but I absolutely believe in Beachbody 100%. And so that's why I take some of my time to be a Beachbody coach, because it just fills me up and I love it so much. So let's get started with a little bit of an overview of what we're going to do tonight. So we're going to do an overview of the app. I'm going to quickly show you Beachbody On Demand, which is where you can view your workouts online and have access to them anywhere. Then we'll move into the meal planning part of our time together, and then at the very end, we will take questions. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about the app. So on my screen, you're seeing a bunch of pictures that I took and put into PowerPoint so that I could show you exactly what I'm talking about as I talk you through this app. So this is the icon of the app. I have an iPhone. The app is available for iPhone and Android, and they're pretty similar, but all the pictures that you're going to be seeing here are for iPhone. Just so if it's not exactly what you're seeing, then you will know why. So this is a picture of the My Challenge app, which is where we are facilitating our challenge group this time. School's out for summer. The app came out probably about 4 months ago, I think, and for this group of coaches, this is the first time that we have facilitated a group in My Challenge Tracker app, and we're really excited about it. We're all still sort of learning exactly how it works, but so we appreciate you bearing with us if you figure it out. But hopefully the next few slides that I'm going to show you will answer any questions you might have about the app. I also wanted to show you right here, 21 Day Fix. This is where I log all my food throughout the day. It's free for iPhone, and I believe it's $2 for the Android. And you can, get that and track your containers throughout the day. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Okay, so you open up the My Challenge Tracker app, and all the groups that you are a part of are going to be listed. And since I'm a coach, I have a few groups going right now, but you're going to see School's Out for Summer. That's our group. And so when you click on your group, School's Out for Summer, it's going to take you to a few different places. As you'll see right down here along the bottom, there's some different icons there. And if you click on the home button, you are going to be in the latest coach post area. And so this is where you should click. Hold on just a second. I hear someone knocking at my door. Sorry about that. My husband is out tonight, and my children are smelling my weakness, and they know that I'm on the phone and here with you guys. And so that is why they are pounding on my office door. So hopefully they will stay in bed. Back to my screen share. Okay, so this right here with the little home, that's where you want to go if you want to see the latest post from a coach. So I created this afternoon after the second post of the day for today had posted, and so that's where what you would see here when I'm talking about Beachbody On Demand. If you move over to the second one, This is sort of like the group feed. If you've ever been a group inside Facebook, this is where you can see what everyone is posting. What all the coaches are posting and what all of the participants in this challenge group are posting. So that's what you're going to see when you click here on this little picture of people. If you click over up here on info and files, click on that button, then that would take you here. And so here you can see who the 4 coaches are that are in this group. If you were to scroll down further, you could see all the members of this group. And then over here on this side, you can see all the files that have been uploaded. So anytime you see something in a post from a coach that's talking about files, that's where you want to go to find them. So just to review, you're in the group feed area, and you see info and files. You click on that, and then this is where all the files are. So, for example, container equivalents. If you clicked on this one, if you were on your phone, then it would open it up. There's a limitation in the app that we're only allowed to have PDFs come into the file. We're only allowed to upload PDFs. So, for example, this is a PDF that tells you that a green is really a 1 cup and a purple is also 1 cup. And so this is handy in case your containers are dirty or you lose one. They're basically just measuring cups. And so if this was something that you saw in the file section, you thought, I like that. I want to have that I want a printout of that. I want a hard copy of that. Then you would click right here, and that would bring up these different options that you could print them and you would email them, or you could email it to yourself. And so I don't know about you, I don't have my phone linked up to our home printing system. So if I wanted to print this out, if I didn't have it printed out already, then I would click on mail, I would email it to myself, and then I'd be able to go into my email and print it out. So if you go here on this little app with a picture of one little person with a little bar graph behind it, this is where you can see how you're doing. This is kind of a snapshot of you. So you can see that the goal that I've made for myself for this group is to lose 5 pounds. That's my scale goal. And my non-scale goal is to work out while on vacation, while enjoying some treats, but not go totally crazy and start binging and getting crazy. If I had logged any workouts over the past 4 days, then they would show up here. If I'd logged Shakeology, it would show up here, and you can put in your measurements, your weight, you can put in photos, and just rest assured that it's up to you who you want to share this with. You can either just keep it private or you can share it with your assigned coach. And if you do just do it with your assigned coach, no one else in the group can see it. Another area down here as we move across the bottom is the notifications tab. So a lot of times you'll probably see a little icon or a little 1 or 2 pop up on your phone, on your app. It'll kind of be red when something's happened. So if you come in here, you can click right here and see who's commenting and who's tagging you in different posts and what people are saying on different posts. So this is your notifications center. Probably the main thing you guys need to know about the group starting on Monday when we go live with our programs is this plus button right here in the middle. So with this plus, if you were to click on the plus, then this screen right here would pop up where you could add a workout or you can add a Shakeology. You could add your weight, your measurements, you could add a photo, whatever you wanted to. So let's check out what it looks like when you add a workout. So if I were to click add a workout, I would put in the workout that I did today, Lower Fix Extreme, and the sweaty selfie that I took. And then you can see this button right here. It slides to the right or left. If you have it over to the right and it's blue, that means that this photo and this caption are going to post within the group feed. If you don't want that, you just want to have it in there for your own tracking and so that your coach can see you did a workout, then you just move it over to the left and then it won't post. And then you click add workout and it will either track it just for you and your coach or it'll share your sweaty selfie with the group. And it's really fun and really encouraging to see everybody's sweaty selfies. So make sure you post a sweaty selfie to the group, especially on our very first day. If you wanted to add Shakeology, you would again click the middle plus button, which would take you here, and then you'd click right there to add Shakeology. And then I like to share what recipes I'm using for my Shakeology because I like to see what you guys are using too and how you're using your Shakeology and get some new ideas. so that I can get more ideas about what kinds of Shakeology recipes you guys are liking. And so again, it's very similar as we talked about before, where you can share it with the group or just post it into your own sort of stats area for your coach to see. All right. So that's all that I have about the app. If you have any questions about how to use the app, make sure you post them in the comments below this video if you're not watching it live, or if you are watching it live, you can type a question in with the Q&A feature of Zoom. So let's go ahead now and move over to Beachbody On Demand. So if you just go out to Google and type in Beachbody On Demand, you will come to a website that looks like this. And all the programs that you have ever purchased with Beachbody are going to be showing here in your Beachbody On Demand area. So for me, I have 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, and Hammer and Chisel, which is a program that I have not done yet, but I hope to someday. And so for example, last weekend I was in San Francisco visiting family, and on my phone, my iPhone, I was able to stream the workout. So here are all the different workouts that are a part of 21 Day Fix Extreme. Since most of you guys are going to be doing 21 Day Fix, let's look there. Just a sec. My internet's being a little slow, probably because I am recording this Zoom call. But here we go. So here's Beachbody On Demand, 21 Day Fix, and it'll show you all the workouts. 21 Day Fix, total body cardio, upper fix, lower fix, and you can basically click here, and it's going to take you into that workout, and the workout's going to start playing. So if you are super tech savvy, there we go. It'll tell you what equipment you need for that specific workout. And then it'll just dive right into the workout. One other thing that I was going to show you is you can also click here and see what your eating plan is. And it'll give you a PDF of the eating plan for 21 Day Fix. So here it is. So if you are ever out and about and you can't find your eating guide, then you have it right here. Or if you ordered your box really recently, you ordered your challenge pack really recently and you don't have it yet, you can come into Beachbody On Demand and get a copy of your eating guide. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about meal planning. So where you're going to start is on page 4 in the version that I have. There have been a few new versions of the eating guide that have come out, but page 4 kind of looks like this, getting started. And actually, I am going to pull it up right here in our eating guide on the PDF that we're able to access. So right here, you're getting started in 5 simple steps. And so this is how you figure out what calorie bracket you are in or what container bracket you're in. And this is really the only time with 21 Day Fix that you ever have to think about calories. 21 Day Fix is not about counting calories, which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. So you take your current weight in pounds, you multiply that by 11. That's going to give you your caloric baseline, which basically just means that's how many calories it takes for your body to just keep itself alive for the day, for your heart to beat, for all your vital organs to do all the things that they need to do. Then we're going to add 400 calories because that's approximately how many calories you're going to burn with some of the 21 Day Fix workouts. And then we're going to subtract 750 calories for our caloric deficit, which is basically our weight loss. This is what's going to make us lose weight. And so that's going to give you your calorie target. Once you figure out your calorie target, then you're going to flip over to page 15, and, oh, no, not 15. Sorry, to page 23, and that's going to tell you which bracket you're going to be in. Are you going to be in bracket 1, bracket 2, bracket 3, or bracket 4? So for me, I am in this bracket right here, hoping to get down to this bracket here someday soon. And so for me, based on my weight, and I am in bracket 2. And so that means that I get 4 green containers, 4 purple containers, 3 purple containers, 4 red containers, 3 yellow containers, and then all the containers, as you will see, get 1 blue and 1 orange, and then I get 4 different teaspoons. So let's talk a little bit about what exactly these different colors mean. So green is our vegetables. And here is a list of all the vegetables that are considered 21 Day Fix approved. One thing you want to realize is that the vegetables that are up at the top of these lists are the more nutrient dense foods. All of these are 100% approved. You're allowed to eat them, but sprouts and onions are not as nutrient dense as kale, collard greens, and spinach. It's probably pretty obvious. So green, when you think green, think vegetables. For purple, when you think purple, think fruit. And so this is where all your fruits are. Lots of berries, watermelon, cantaloupe, all those yummy fruits, nature's candy, or God's candy as I call them. When you think red, I want you guys to think protein. And even though they do consider sardines to be the most nutrient-dense food, I've actually never had a sardine. And I've definitely never had a whole red container full of sardines. So these are all your different options for your red containers. Red containers are protein, but it doesn't necessarily mean meat. You can see right here, we've got eggs, egg whites, Greek yogurt, Shakeology. Your Shakeology counts as one of your reds each day. Tofu, and different cottage cheese, veggie burgers. And if you are vegan, make sure you reach out to your coach and touch base with them, because there's a different eating plan if you are a true vegan, a different 21 Day Fix eating plan. Okay, let's move on to yellow containers. So yellow containers are our carbs, our carbohydrates. And I know carbs have a, kind of a bad rap, but carbs are our fuel, and especially our fuel for these workouts that we're going to be doing. And the only time that carbs are bad is when it's basically all you're eating, or if you're eating really refined carbs like sugar or white rice or something like that. So, for example, sweet potatoes and yams, quinoa, brown rice, wild rice, refried beans, black beans, all steel-cut oatmeal. That's what I like to have that for breakfast. So those are your yellows. Blue, when you hear blue, I want you to think healthy fats. So these are things like avocados, all different kinds of nuts, hummus, feta cheese, and different kinds of cheeses. And so you get one of these a day, as well as your orange container, which is your seeds and your dressings or olives. And so that's another form of healthy fats. And then last but not least, we move on to our teaspoons, which are different really healthy oils like olive oil, coconut oil, flaxseed oil, or nut butters. So those are our different containers. And based on what you calculated as your calorie bracket, you know how many different containers each day you get to eat. And so it's totally up to you to decide where throughout your day you want to put those containers. And so what I'm going to do now is open up and show you some of the meal planning tools that we have for you in that file section of the app, which I told you guys about. So right here, you'll see There are 3 different options: meal planner option 1, option 2, and option 3. So this is actually I normally use this one in Excel. So if you are an Excel person just like me and you want to have this in Excel, then send me an email or post a comment in our group and I will be sure that you get that email to you. So that's one option you can use for meal planning. This is also another PDF that is live that you can type into. And so this is an option that you can download right out or email to yourself right out of our files section. And then this is just the third one. They're all, I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's just kind of what format you prefer. So I love Excel. And so I am going to actually use Excel as I go through this and I put it up on my screen. So what you want to do first when you start to do your meal plan for the week is you want to look at your calendar and you want to think about what sort of special events do you have coming up. What do you have this week that's going to kind of be not exactly normal, because we want to plan for that. Failing to plan is planning to fail, right? I know that sounds cheesy, but it's absolutely true. So I'm going to take a quick peek on my phone, and I'm just going to quickly scroll through. And if you are watching this, if you're with me now, grab your calendar and do this now with me. And if you are watching the video, grab your calendar and do this with me. So I'm going to start looking through my calendar for next week. And I say, oh, okay, on Tuesday night, I have a volunteer meeting. So I'm going to type that in here under, I'm going to add a line that is normally there. Sorry about that. But this is sort of like things to consider. Okay, so on Tuesday, I have a volunteer meeting at 7. And I know that at those volunteer meetings, they always serve a dessert. And I don't want to have that dessert because that's not really worth it to me to have a splurge to make that my splurge. And so based on that, I'm going to say, okay, bring fruit to volunteer meeting. I'm going to say, okay, great. That's what I need to do to stay on track at that meeting. Gonna keep going along. Oh, the 16th, which is Thursday, I have book club at 7. And I know that when I'm gonna be at Kim's house, Kim is an amazing cook. She's gonna have amazing snacks. And so I am going to plan to have my splurge meal at book club. And I'm going to type that in here. So what exactly is a splurge meal? So a splurge meal is once a week, not more than that, and you don't have to take it, obviously, but we are trying to make this something that's sustainable for the long haul, where most of the time we eat healthy and we eat clean. And some of the time, once in a while, we have a treat, and it's just life. We want to have birthday cake. We want to have ice cream. We want to have treats at book club. If we set out and we say, you know what, I'm never going to eat ice cream again, all you're going to be thinking about is ice cream until you eat a ton of it and get yourself completely off track. So a splurge meal is once a week at most, and it's not a binge. There's a huge difference between a binge and a splurge meal. So a splurge meal, you don't feel sick afterward. You enjoy some things that aren't a normal part of the 21-day fixed eating plan, but you don't go completely overboard. So once you start looking through your whole calendar for the week, on Friday, I'm going to be driving to Lake House because we're leaving to go on vacation. Okay, so once you get your special events in there, the next thing you want to think about is your Shakeology. Where during your day do you want to have your Shakeology? And for people who are brand new, who are just starting out, I like to recommend that you have your Shakeology during one of the hardest parts of your day for you. So let me explain what I mean. Let's say, for example, you get up in the morning and you don't know what to have for breakfast. You're just completely lost. You don't know what to have for breakfast. And in the old habits, you didn't know what to have, so you just grabbed a bagel, you grabbed something through the drive-thru, You grabbed a donut. If you don't really know what to have for breakfast, then I would recommend that you put your Shakeology for breakfast. Or, I know for me, when I first started, the hardest time of the day for me was in the afternoon, around 3 o'clock. That was when the homework trouble would start, homework drama would start, I would start to get stressed, I would start to get really tired and kind of have that afternoon lull of my energy. And so for me, I would always have my Shakeology in the afternoon around 3 o'clock. And now, with it getting hot in the summer, I have been tending to have my Shakeology for one of my snacks, my breakfast, or I'm sorry, my morning snack instead of my afternoon snack. So I am going to put in my Shakeology recipe. And so your Shakeology scoop itself, that counts as a red. And anything that you decide to put into your Shakeology also counts for whatever container it is. So let's say you decide to put some fruit in, that's going to be a purple. Let's say you decide to put some nut butter in, that's going to be some of your teaspoons. So one of my favorite things is to have chocolate Shakeology with banana and peanut butter. So that would be a red for the Shakeology, a purple for the banana, and then depending if I put 1 or 2 teaspoons in, 1 or 2 teaspoons of natural peanut butter. And you want to blend it up. I have a little personal blender. I'll probably post some pictures of that later on in the group over the weekend. And that's what I use to blend all my shakes up. I take that thing with me everywhere I go. You can just take your Shakeology and put it in the shaker cup that it came with and put some ice or some strong coffee that's cooled down and just shake it up and drink it that way. That's what I do when I'm on trips where I don't really have access to plugging in my, my blender. So you can do it that way, but I think it tastes a lot better if you go ahead and take that step of adding some almond milk, adding some of the water, adding the ice, and blending it up. It just tastes delicious. And it'll kind of taste like a treat, but it's not a treat because it's so nutrient dense and so good for you. And if you are like me and really struggle with carb cravings or sugar cravings or just needing that Hershey Kiss or that little piece of chocolate to get you through the day, Shakeology, because it is so nutrient dense, is really going to help you get over those cravings, because cravings are basically just your body's way of saying, like, I need something, I need energy. And that Shakeology is so full of so many good things that you're just going to be totally flooded with amazing nutrition, and those cravings will really be curbed quite a bit, which is awesome. So back to my meal plan. So I am just going to kind of put that across the board. You know what? Instead of taking fruit to my volunteer team meeting, I'm going to take my Shakeology. I decided, because that's more like a dessert. So when everyone's eating their peanut butter chocolate chip cookies, I'm going to be eating chocolate Shakeology with banana in it and some peanut butter, and it's going to be just as good and tons better for me. So then you want to think about your breakfast. I really like to do steel cut oatmeal with berries. Steel cut oats can take quite a while to cook. And so on the weekends, I'll cook a big pot of steel cut oatmeal. I'll just put it in a container that I have and put it in the fridge. And then every morning I'll just portion out a yellow of that. So the yellow, it's cooked. So don't take the yellow of, say, for example, brown rice and fill the yellow up with brown rice that's not already cooked. If you use raw, then it's usually going to be about half. So if you're just going to use straight up oats, maybe you want to put oats in your Shakeology, or you just want to microwave up a quick bowl of oatmeal with just your rolled oats, then it would be about 1/4 cup dry is going to equal 1/2 cup of cooked. I also like to have some shredded coconut and pumpkin seeds with my morning oatmeal. So what I've got going there is a complex carbohydrate with my steel cut oats and my berries, and then some fat. Coconut, unsweetened coconut and pumpkin seeds give me my fat, and so that's going to keep me full all morning long until it's time for my morning snack of my Shakeology. there's been a lot of studies done that actually say that people that basically have a small handful of food that they typically eat, so sort of like a general rhythm is how I think about it, those are people who are most successful with maintaining a correct body weight for themselves. So if don't feel like, especially in the beginning, you need to be making different things every single day. I pretty much may have almost something very similar for breakfast. I always have oatmeal, steel cut oatmeal, or rolled oatmeal that I microwave if I haven't had time to cook my steel cut, with some sort of frozen fruit that I buy at Costco. So at Costco, they have frozen bags of blueberries, they have frozen bags of peaches, they have frozen bags of pineapple, they have frozen bags of strawberries, they have frozen bags of mixed berries. And I pretty much have all of those in my freezer. So basically I'll have oatmeal with some kind of fat, maybe some nut butter or something from the blue, some nuts, and some sort of fruit. And so that's always what I have for breakfast. And then you're going to put your Shakeology where you're going to have your Shakeology. One thing to note about Shakeology is that there is somewhat of a cleansing property to Shakeology. And so if you find that you're having to go to the bathroom a little more than normal when you first start, don't freak out, okay? That's totally normal. And usually within a week or two, it totally goes away. And basically that's just all the gunk that's been building up in your system, just kind of making its way out as your body adjusts to the nutrients. Okay, so for lunch next week, what do I feel like? I have really been loving cauliflower, roasted cauliflower and chicken and quinoa, but it's getting pretty warm, and so I don't think a hot lunch sounds that good this week. So I'm gonna have a salad with some grilled chicken and some quinoa, which I don't know if I know how to spell. I'll do brown rice because I know how to spell that, haha. And some dressing, I'm just going to do some olive oil because I already had my dressing, healthy fat, with my orange in the morning with my coconut seeds and my pumpkin seeds and my coconut. So I'm going to have a salad with probably at least 2 or 3 vegetables. So that would be 3 greens, and some chicken that I pre-cooked, and some brown rice that I pre-cooked, and some olive oil. I'm just going to sprinkle 2 teaspoons of olive oil on it, and then some salt, low salt sort of spices, like maybe some Mrs. Dash's garlic and herb, or Mrs. Dash has, I think, about 10 different flavors now. And so that's going to be my salad. So for me, when I'm getting ready for the week, I plan out and prepare and pre-cook my breakfast, my snacks, and my lunch. And then I then go in and fill in my dinner, which I cook each night for my family. So I think that on Monday, we're going to have salmon, and we are going to have brown rice, and we're going to have broccoli. Because I know that my general rhythm is that for dinner, I have 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 green. On Tuesday, we're going to have burgers. For my family, I am going to make beef burgers, but I don't want to have a beef burger. I prefer turkey burgers, so I'm going to have a turkey burger for myself. I'm going to have a whole grain bun option for myself, and then all the different veggies, lettuce and tomato and some bell pepper on the side or something like that. And so that's a way where you can kind of take what you're normally cooking for your family and just tweak a little bit to make it a little cleaner, make it a little bit healthier, and make it a little bit more 21-day fix approved. And so from there, you're basically going to fill in everything across the rest of your week. So I'm going to cook up a lot of chicken, a lot of brown rice, and I'm going to have a ton of veggies in the house. And so that's how I'm going to have my salads. For my snack, I'm going to have some cottage cheese. So I'm going to get a big thing of cottage cheese at the store, at Costco, and I'm going to just have that for the week. And then for my snack in the evening, I'm going to have some almonds and That'll be for most of the week. Sometimes I'm not hungry after dinner, just kind of depends. But so for example here, I know that I'm going to have my chocolate Shakeology with peanut butter and banana. And so that means that I need to make sure that I save the 2 teaspoons for the peanut butter, for example. Because normally I would probably have those at dinner and maybe with my olive oil here in my salad, but I need to save those. So I hope that makes sense. Let's talk a little bit about water. So water is super, super, super important, especially in your first week or 2 of changing your eating habits. So the water is just going to help everything just kind of flush out and come through your system. And it can be pretty hard to drink all the water that's required of you. I know when I first started, it was like, ugh, how am I going to drink all this water? So I want to recommend that you get a cup, a pretty cup, with a straw. I don't think I could ever get all my water drank if it wasn't for a straw. And so I got this at Starbucks. I have a couple of them. I take this with me pretty much wherever I go. Whenever I'm heading out to take someone to preschool, I get one of these, fill it up, and drink it in the car. Whenever I'm going to pick somebody up from afternoon pickup from 1st grade or 2nd grade, fill this up. And then I have it with me in my office. I have it with me when I'm out doing errands. And so you'd be surprised. This cup right here with some ice is equal to 2 cups of water, maybe 3. And so in order to get all the water that's required of me for my weight, I have to drink that 3 or 4 times throughout the day. So don't forget water. And then the other thing I want to say is just please don't wait until Sunday night to start thinking about this meal planning. So it's Thursday night. We've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 whole days before we go live with our clean eating plan. And so please don't wait till Sunday night to start thinking about this. Do it a little bit at a time. And what you're going to find is, like with any new skill, in the beginning, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't feel like I totally understand. But I just want you to push through those feelings and just try. Okay, don't wait for perfection, because we all know that perfection does not come ever. So don't wait for perfection. Just try to become consistent. And what you're going to find is within a week or 2, you're really not going to have to think about this anymore. It's not like I have to sit down every week and really struggle to plan out what my meals are. I know about what I'm going to eat when, and I just prep that on the weekend before. So really this time right now, this weekend is the hardest that this skill, for those of you who are first timers, this is the hardest this is ever going to be. It's only going to get easier from here, I promise. So post your questions in the comments below. Email your coach, call your coach, text your coach, whatever. But do not wait until Sunday night to start doing this, because if you do, and it might be too overwhelming, you might wake up on Monday morning and say, okay, never mind, I'll start next week. And then next week becomes next week. And the week after that becomes the week after that. This is your chance. This is your moment. And we are all behind you and we are in this together. So post your questions below. Start trying. Try new foods. Try kale. Try quinoa. They're really yummy. Try fruit, new fruits. And yeah, we are totally behind you guys. I know you can do it. And I'm so excited to see how your first week goes. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.